I mean, I don't know how much money Trey makes, but once again, I can only speculate and shit that correlates with what I personally believe and what I've said and what I've thought. And I'm not dissing Gabe at all. I'm a View Dork. I love Gabe. He's pretty nonchalant with his bullshit, and he's here to make money regardless, and he's as transparent as it comes with that. But I saw Trey had like an investment worth $80,000 or something. It was one of the times I was watching him. He was buying and buying, and his investment portfolio was going to be $80,000 worth of AMC. So the fudders who said this is Trey. The fudders who say I sold at 70. AMC ran to 72 on June 2nd. On June 3rd, I bought at 49, 51, 52, 54, and 57. Majority at 57. Where the fuck did you get $200,000 at to buy at 57.65 to buy 3,440? Where did you get 200 fucking grand at if you didn't sell at 70? Huh? Where'd that come from? No? Nothing? Not a damn thing? This was sold. And like I said, they sold. They fucking sold, which is why this shit dropped from 72 all the way down into the 40s. And look at this laddering. Look at this laddering. Sold the entire fucking position. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is because this is what I would have done. This is what I personally would have done too. If it was me and I had that shit and that type of money, I mean, I at a minimum would have sold at least 80% of my fucking portfolio if I was up to like $1 million. And this right here got scared, saw the dropping, sold, and now it bought back. It let it run all the way down. Like I said, these guys were tipped off something. They were doing their media specials, all kinds of shit, in contacts with fucking big names and whatnot. And someone either told them, "Yo, just take your fucking money. It's gonna drop. People are gonna sell. You might as well sell your shit and then buy back on the way up." 200,000. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is what you do. This is what, an intellectual investor, whatever your profit is, or whatever you invest, if you invested, say, $80,000 or so, the best you could hope for is to double that. And if you double that and then some, you pull everything over double the investment. Everything over that is profit. So if you went from 80,000 to 160, you leave that there. That's good. You hold double your profit. If you went from 80 to 500,000, then you take out 340,000 of that, and you leave your initial investment plus doubling it. You leave it in there, and that's close to what this was. He had a little over 80,000. I would imagine probably closer to 90,000 by the time he got to June 2nd or whatever. And that's what this is right here. This is selling your position, letting it go all the way down to where it's where you helped it go to, and then buying back in. Like, seriously. And then that's what this is, buying chunk by chunk by chunk. The more it goes up little by little, because you're scared to death that it's going to drop back down. And then it goes from there. It makes a run, and you think it's about to break again. You think this is it. You're like, oh, it's going back up over 70 now. Now I'm going to buy back in, double my initial investment, because that's smart investing. That is smart investing. 100%. That is a guidebook right there to investing. When you get a run up like that, you pull your fucking profits. When it's either when it's going down because you're expecting the drop, you know it's coming. All these sell on the way down, motherfuckers. They're the reason it went down. And that's what that is right there. Boom. Waited for it to get down. That's why. Why don't you show your whole portfolio? Don't show us this bullshit. Why don't you show us your entire portfolio on the second? Show us your action on the second. Show us the total amount you have. You can pull that shit up. I don't want to fucking see this. This is another insult to your intelligence. Another insult. I am telling you right now, he sold. Part of the reason it dipped, a bunch of these guys, and dropped as much as it did, because he had a lot of shares. Let it drop down all the way to the bottom till it started bouncing and coming back up again. And then started buying again. That means he sat here. If he didn't start buying back in until like $49, that shit went down to like 37. That means he pulled all of his shit. And I mean, was even scared it was going to go down further. He did, when it bounced from like 37 or whatever it was back up to 40 and was heading up, he still was convinced that it was possible this was going to go lower. That it may go back down under 20. That is evidenced there by waiting until 50, just about 50. You're watching it, you're seeing it go up. It's gone up $10 straight, still going back up. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's going on the upswing and you buy in. But that right there, that right there, get the fuck out of here, dude. That's what that is. That's your peaches right there. You pull your investment at the top. This is a strategy. You let it go down to the bottom. You wait until, you see a solid uptrend, which $10 or more is a solid uptrend for it to be going back up. And then you put back in double your initial investment. That's what you put back in, double. And let's see where he's at today. I'd love to see where he's at as of July 1st. I want to see that. Again, I'm not stupid. Like I said, he's his own man. Do what you do. It's the lying, guys. It's the lying that is fucking pissing me off. These guys treating you like you're dumb. And I'm not dumb. I've seen this shit before. I know what this is. So fuck that, man. Now I'm just like, Trey can go on somewhere too. They can all kiss my fucking ass. All of them. Every one of these guys can. They are lying to you guys. I just literally told you, and I promise you, that is what this is. That is what he does. I am so very glad he just showed this to me, because I know what this is. This is literally an investing strategy. This is somebody above him. Somebody very, very smart. This is a hedge fund tactic for a pump and dump. That's what this is. It's a hedge fund tactic for a pump and dump. If there's a gigantic short position, this side of it is this is what you do when you wait to get back in on a short squeeze play. When you're expecting it to pop again, this is what you do. You let it drop. And then you just buy little chunks, little tiny chunks, little tiny chunks here and there, tiny chunks here and there. And then when it gets to a certain percentage that it's gone up over its very bottom, you throw your nest egg back in. You throw in roughly double of what your initial investment was when you have that money. So there you go. These guys are just telling on themselves. They're just telling on themselves because you guys, A, aren't stupid. And they're telling on themselves now. This was dumb. This was absolutely stupid. And once again, this is why you don't see a lot of Trey. It has nothing to do with his medical shit or everything. That motherfucker was making videos every day talking about going to the doctor, talking about his health conditions, everything, every single day. Now this kid's moving to fucking the Beverly Hills of where he lives with his assistant and shit. You never see him on here anymore. You want to know why? Because he's scared to fucking death. You guys are going to question him. He's scared to death that you guys are going to question him. One thing he's not good at is lying. He should not feel bad about this at all. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. He doesn't have to. He does not have to. Doesn't have to feel bad. Motherfucker, you made $1 million, dude. Good for you. Congratulations. But you know what? Be honest. Trey is not a good liar. He's a soft-hearted person. It's one of the reasons why I watched him for a long time, because he was genuine. He was fairly honest. And he's not good at lying. He's very, very, very bad at lying. He's the type of person, like, I'm similar. I don't like to lie. I do not like lying. I hate the way it makes me feel. Like, I just don't like it. I just feel, like, nasty as a person. I'd rather be honest and hurt someone's feelings for a few minutes with truth than to let that lie just fester, because eventually it comes out, and then the situation is just way worse for everyone involved. But no, I'm not mad at Trey's a kid. He's a fucking kid. Like I said, when I look at him, I see a kid. There's a very good chance there is someone stepped in here. Someone, a lawyer, somebody with a fucking suit and tie and a briefcase stepped in here and is advising him. And he don't know what to do. He's a fucking kid. His dad's dead. I get it. My dad died when I was 15. I have no father figure in my life. It's rough. Very easy, especially at that age, for a father figure type to step in and take full advantage of this kid. And be like, look, you need to be smart. I know you like your audience. I know you whatever, but you know what? You got money here to live off for the rest of your life. You can reinvest, blah, 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 blah. You know what? You're done. That's it. That's what you did. You did. You need to pull this money. You know, we'll manage it. We'll blah, blah, blah. That's what happened. That guarantee that's what happened. This right here, I know this. I'm in my mid-30s, guys. I've been watching the stock market for a long time. I've read a lot of books. I know a lot of strategies. This right here is a strat. And this right here is double his initial investment into AMC stock. And that's what you do. Ladder in some of your profits when you take them. And then when you believe it's about to hit that second break upward in the squeeze, because that's what you would have believed right here, it gets to a certain percentage, it's a midway point. The lowest percentage, and the highest peak, you in the middle of that. When it gets back to the middle of that point and it's a continued uptrend, that is when you reinvest the bulk majority of what you pulled, because that's typically when it's going to hit and break again. And then you make a nice chunk of change, and you back out, and you just rinse and repeat. But there you go, guys. If I'm wrong, if I'm fucking wrong, Trey, if I'm wrong, break out your positions. I want to see your entire June positions. I want to see them. Because I am 100% convinced that what I am saying right now is the truth. That what I am saying is 100% correct. You are not going to change my mind with tweets, with a video, with nothing. You want to change my mind and fucking prove me wrong, because what I'm looking at is evidence right here that says I have been correct and am correct. And no one's like, again, if these kids would be honest, if they would have been honest from the jump about what they did, no fucking problem. Especially, like I said, especially Trey. I resonate with that kid so much. He has not been through nearly what I had to go through, but he's been through some similar shit. Fortunately, he got to, be an adult, become a man before, he lost his father and father figure and some other bad things befell him. But still, it's tragic to go through things like that, and I feel for the kid. I've slept in my vehicle many nights. I know how it goes, but it's the lying And I just, mm, again, I'm trying to just remember he's a kid. He's a kid who just came into a lot of money. I have been a kid with a lot of money. And the people that came into my fucking life and used me and utilized me and manipulated me, it was incredible. And I mean, I'm talking family and people that I never knew or heard of. Um, it's incredible. So the only way there's a saving grace in this is you want transparency in the market. You've been bitching and crying and complaining and saying that's what you're fighting for, transparency in the market. And you are being so non-transparent right now. And this confirms it. He did. This motherfucker sold when it went over 70. Guaranteed. 100% sold. 100%. Like, and I will say he sold his entire position. The whole fucking thing. When it went up, halted, and started going down. When he saw that $1 million, like I said, he messaged motherfucking Coors. Coors was on a live stream. Looked at his text and was like, man, Trey just messaged me that he's a millionaire. Well, the only way he's a millionaire is if he took that money. That's what everyone says. That ain't your money until you sell. It's not yours. You didn't have that. You aren't a millionaire. You don't have $200,000. It's not yours until you sell. And old daft airhead Coors literally put him on blast, and that was when we stopped seeing Trey. That was when Trey was not making videos all the time anymore, and that is why. Because Trey will not be able to face the community because he feels, even though he didn't betray anyone. He's got shit he had to do, but he feels like he betrayed you guys, and he cannot face you every day. He already knows what's coming. He knows people know this. And he knows he starts busting out live streams every day again and all that. He's going to see some shit that's going to upset him. Because, again, he's soft-hearted, man. He's a soft-hearted dude. And, man, there you go, guys. I'm going to end this. I got shit I got to go do. And I'm going to end this. But there you go. There's nothing, again, there's my opinion, my speculation. Again, I feel like I am on the older side of this community, so my experience, my wisdom, my knowledge is second to none compared to the majority of this community. That is a trading strategy, one that I have read in several books, I have witnessed, I have seen, and I have used on a much, much, much smaller scale. But I am 100% convinced that I have been correct about this the entire time, and nothing is going to change my mind. Absolutely nothing, unless this kid gets on a live stream, opens up his shit, and pulls up his first week of June positions. Nothing. Because I know what happened now. Like, I know. I'm looking at it. So, you guys believe what you want. Take it how you want to take it. And again, don't be mad at any of these guys or Trey or anything for taking profits or anything, because it's their fucking money. They do what they want. You should be mad about the fucking lying. You should be mad about the non-transparency, given the fact that these guys spent months complaining that they want these hedge funds and the more transparency in this market, and here they are hiding shit. And I told you, I knew this. So when they all started saying, you can't be mad at people if they sold, you can't be mad at the single mom Shelly who sold her $600 worth of AMC and tanked the entire stock. Don't be mad at her for doing that. She didn't know she was going to tank the stock. Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever. Still a squeeze play, guys. Short interest is still there. I'm out here trying to do the real work for you. So are some other folks like Charlie. I do think they're shifting the narrative here. I think they are trying to, like I said, I think right now at this point, they're going to return in actual AMC for the most part. They're going to return some, and they're going to keep shorting in the ETFs since they can't take out new short positions, or it's harder for them to take out new shorts in actual AMC. And then they're just going to end up having the entire short float possibly in these fucking ETFs, and they'll spread it out among the ETFs It's literally it's a genius play from a hedge fund's point of view. It's a genius fucking play. It's genius. You can return and suppress the fucking price without taking new short positions in the actual underlying, which is going to change the short interest rate, going to show shares returned, and then you get to separate that gigantic position into like 4 or 5 ETFs. So I could. That's no guarantee. That's just where my mind's going, guys. That's just where my head's going with what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at. There's no guarantee that that's what they're doing. I'm gonna start looking at some other things, but I will get back to you guys. Um, at the end of the day, oh sorry, I'm just looking. Coors only has 14,000 watching, and I love it. I love that. He should have nobody watching. He literally is. He's a fucking clown in a duck shirt at this point. He's just there to entertain you. That's all he wants to do is just squeeze his little honky nose and spray you with his water bottle flower on his shirt. And that's it. He offers no substance. He flip-flops more than fucking summer. He does not have any substance to offer this community at all. The only thing he's done that's really good is he's had some interviews. He's had some insightful people on his channel that even he's undermined. Like, he just doesn't understand what they're saying, and he's contradicts what some of his guests have said. And I watched those interviews, so I'm like, what the fuck is this kid talking about? Anyway, like I said, you guys deserve better. As a whole, you deserve better. I now, not a fan now of Trey. Even though I know it's not his fault, I'm looking at it from his position. I know he's got people there pulling the strings. Some motherfucker stepped in a suit and tie looking like daddy. Let me help you, son. I bet you he says son all the time too. Guarantee you that's how he calls. That's what he calls Trey. How you doing, son? Hey, son. What you doing, son? Fucking grimy bitches, man, that know how to manipulate people in those positions. But at the end of the day, it's still his choice, no matter what. No matter what, and that is something young people neglect to understand. At the end of the day, no matter what, you are where you are based on your choices. Anything you're battling personally, emotionally, whatever, it is your choice. It is your choice. And a lot of times, the right way to go is the hardest choice to make, and it's the hardest path to walk. But, it's what it is at the end of the day, I guess. So, no excuse. The choice to lie is his choice. The choice to not be transparent, his choice. So, I am now officially done with Trey's trades throughout this movement. That, coupled with the bullshit 8 Fest and them trying to make more money, nope. I'm done. I'm going to start working on this fucking live streaming program since I don't have 1,000 views and apparently I don't get to have, or subscribers, I don't get to have all the cool tools in my YouTube studio, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just what I read. So, I don't know. But I'm going to try to give you guys something better to watch, something, more educational and people that aren't going to lie to you. So, all right, whatever. I'm out of here.